today you are going to need a cordless drill and a straight blade screwdriver. Remember to always smash that like button, definitely subscribe, and always share this with your buddies so we can bring you these great boat builds. Thanks guys, now let's get into the project.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Brent Bridgman, and we have been basically, this has been Noah's Ark. Last we left off, we were working on the deck. What we're going to do today is we're going to remove the rod locker lids, okay, and we'll remove these struts right here. We're going to remove these struts. As you can see the aluminum support underneath here. We're going to redo that. I've decided we're not going to carpet the boat. We are actually going to use sea deck of all things, okay? So you can see down into the locker really nasty, the water and stuff like that. So we are going to, we're going to have to grab the keys. But anyway, we'll grab the keys and we'll get this thing undone, and we'll get the locker lids off this today. We'll also be taking off the back ones back here on the live well, the storage one behind the seat. We're going to leave the battery one on for now, and then we'll take the cooler one off, and as well as that extra well over there on the side right here. So we'll get those off today. But thanks for joining the channel, and we'll be right with you. And this is the JFL boat build series.
Alright, so today we're working on the rod locker lids and the storage lid, and what we're going to do is we're going to try to unscrew these with the cordless drill. My cordless drill bit isn't that long, so we might have an issue when it comes to the rubber seal, the gasket, in getting to the screws. It appears that these long rod locker lids have 4 hinges each. Each hinge holds 3 screws, and then the center has 2 hinges and it holds 6 screws. So you got 12 screws in each rod locker and 6 screws in the storage locker where you would keep your baits in the center. So after that, we will be disconnecting the struts, the hydraulic struts, and I'll show you guys how to disconnect those. There's a little clip, and as you can see, the weather's been crazy here. I got to get the key for this. I got the key for the new locks. All I did was contact an eBay seller. If you guys need the link to that, just hit me up and I'll give you it. But we got brand new keys for these locks. All of these locks, in the top it'll have a key number, and then you just let your locksmith know if it's the left hand or right hand. Anyway, as you can see, it's been raining like crazy here. The rod lockers are full of water, and so we're going to end up taking these lids off today because it doesn't matter if water gets in here or not, it's already getting in the boat. And then the other rod locker, it looks like a squirrel was accumulating acorns and some foam off some kind of water noodle or something over here. But anyhow, we're going to get on this today, and then I'm going to time lapse a little bit of this. We had some audio issues. That's why a lot of this is voiceover today, because the actual GoPro on my chest, it doesn't want to record the audio very well. So we will get right into the build. We're going to use our cordless drill and try to get at these screws.
Yeah, that's not going to reach them. Well, that's a bummer. Well, we're going to have to come up with a different idea. Alright, well, today may just be a different kind of show. How about that? Let's do something different here. I'm going to have to get a different tool for that. That's a little disheartening. So anyway, let me, we'll go to a different tool, and we're going to do a time lapse right here.
So after several minutes, I did this time lapse, and the audio was terrible on the GoPro. So there's going to be a lot of voiceover in this episode. We will straighten out all that audio soon. But in here, I take off all of the seals around the gaskets. I take off the locker lids, and there was a couple that were stuck with rusty bolts that somebody had put straight blade screwdriver screws in the holes. So now as we're going along here, showing you the condition of the rod lockers is pretty bad, full of water. And like I said, it's been raining nonstop here. So anyhow, in the next clip, I take off the rod locker lids, the storage in the middle lid, and then we disconnect the shocks. And then coming up, we're going to go over exactly how you can get involved in sponsoring this boat for the 2024 season on the Bassmaster Opens.
Okay, so that was a little rough. Someone had put straight blade screws in some of those hinges, and I don't have a straight blade attachment for my drill, so I had to go get a screwdriver during the time lapse, but you hardly even notice it. So anyway, this gives us great access to, as you can see, all this carpet needs to come out. There is screws in here that I'm gonna have to take loose, and this one goes out here. So we're gonna take all this carpet out because this is gonna get, this in here might get carpeted again. But as far as the rest of it, we're going to use bed liner. So that's just gonna spin. So we're gonna, I'd like to clean this carpet up and put it back in the boat. But as you can see, we got the shocks. It's gonna need new shocks. So I'm gonna finish taking the shocks off. You can get a screwdriver underneath that clip and then it pops right off. I'll show you guys, hang on one second. Let me get one off of here. All right, so they have this little clip right here. If you get the screwdriver under it, see when it sits in here, see this little clip? And you just, it's got a spot right here for the screwdriver. Just stick that screwdriver under there and then it pops up, and then you can pull it right off of that knuckle. See the knuckle? So that pops right off of that knuckle. Okay, so that's how you take those off. Now these have a number on them. So it's an SL36, okay? You can see there, SL36. And it says, this important number here, the 21894, that's important. That's its combustion rate. It has to do with what this shock will handle. As you can see, it's collapsed. This should not be collapsed. Anyway, this one's bad, and then so are the other three. But it's nice that we have those shocks. Like I said, it's nice that we have those shocks. So we'll take this other one off. Oops. Yeah, if you don't get that clip all the way off, these won't come off. But as soon as you get that clip off, it comes right off. See that? That one's still good, but we're not gonna reuse it. We're gonna be all brand new shocks. Save all your stainless steel screws because you can reuse these. When we go to redo this jam, I will be putting new glass in those holes, these holes that we just took out, because I want the screws to have a brand new fresh bite. So they're, the leaves have been monotonous here. We've had wind and rain. I didn't even think I was gonna get a film today. So anyway, we're getting to film a little bit for the episode for tomorrow. You guys will be seeing this tomorrow. I'll be editing this late tonight. I've got to go to work tomorrow. I had to go get a real job till things take off on the YouTube channel, or justfishlures.com takes off. But right now I got a job, and jobs are few and far between that pay well right now, so I got lucky. And we'll start that job, like I said, tomorrow's orientation. And then from there we will start ordering boat parts. That'll be fun. So we're gonna save all these stainless steel parts. We're gonna have to get new anchors for the fishing rods. And I'm gonna end up putting stainless steel here. They put just regular anodized steel here, which will hold up, but we're gonna put some stainless steel there. So let me explain the stainless steel screws. These are dirty, I know. But these screws, believe it or not, what you're looking at here is 30 screws. These screws will cost you roughly around 29 bucks, $28. And there's nothing wrong with them. They need cleaned up, we'll clean them up. But everywhere where you can save the stainless steel hardware from your boat, grab onto it. If you can grab stainless steel screws off a wrecked boat, ruined boat, grab those too. You can always reuse these. Like I said, on the holes where the hinges were, right here, right there, and back here, we're gonna re-glass those holes from behind. And so these screws will have a brand new hole to dig into. And we'll always drill like a 1/16 of an inch starter hole before we mount the new hinges. And this whole boat is getting sea deck. So the sea deck on some boats, you'll see it'll fit kind of far back on the locker lids. We're actually going to run the sea deck to the very edge of the aluminum. And what I want to do is I'm going to have these aluminum lids powder coated, satin black, and then the sea deck is going to be like a dark gray, black and red, and it'll actually match the colors we have going here. See, it's actually really close to these colors on the sea deck. And then we'll have the JFL logo will be in the center here. The rod lockers will say justfishlures.com. And this is the JFL boat, guys. When we repair this top cap, we're going to re-gel coat the black. We're going to add some red flake to the black, just a little bit, just so you get a twinkle. And then we're going to keep this red stripe, but we're going to change this red stripe to carmine. And then if this gray metal flake is good enough, we're going to keep this metal flake. There's no cracks in this. The cracks are just in the black right here. There's no cracks that extend past this black outline. So anyway, but yeah, that's what we're doing today. And I'm going to spend the rest of the time stripping these rod locker tops. And it's super humid today for some reason. You wouldn't think so, you know, in December. But anyway, it feels like it's 90 degrees out here. And anyway, so we're coming along great. Let me take you up to the front of the boat here. So let's explain what we're going to do here. So I have limited days to work because of the rain. So we're going to try to fit this in as fast as we can. And then what we'll end up doing is when we cut this out, we're going to make sure that hang on, let me roll that over there. When we cut this out, we're going to make sure that we get the foam. The foam is going to be recessed. We're also doing our recessed foot pedal that we made. That is ready for fiberglass. Leave these screws right here. But what we'll do is we'll get this cleaned up, power washed, and make sure that the jams are clean and everything. We got to order the seals for here. We're going to order these seals that go around the rod locker so they won't leak. And that'll come later down the road, probably in February when we're ready for that part. So basically, we got the resin on order. So I didn't want to cut this until we actually had the resin on hand. But I want to keep bringing you guys content. So next Friday, what we're going to do is questions and answers. I want you to ask me questions about what your fears are for fiberglass. I also want you to look at this boat's totally dirty. I also want you to let me know, ask me what tools to use. Today we just needed the power drill with the Phillips head, and then we had a straight blade screwdriver. So those are the only tools we're using today. As you can see, it rained so crazy here. This deck is absolutely like cleaner than this, but it's been a really hectic week, and I didn't even think I was going to get to film today. In fact, it was raining an hour before I started filming. The sun popped out. We still have cloud cover, as you can see, and then so I was nervous that we weren't going to have any footage today. I'm working 6 days a week at a regular job, so I've got one whole day to film. Luckily, I can get a lot of stuff done. As you can see, all the locker lids up front are removed, so I can start cleaning this, unbolt the rod savers. We'll get new rod savers on the way. But I've decided to go with C-Deck, and we're gonna run C-Deck the entire boat. Hopefully after, in 2 weeks, we'll start stripping the lower floor, and we'll take off the locker lids in the back except for the battery compartment area. I don't want to take off the battery compartment area until we are ready to send everything to powder coating. The least amount of water I can get in here entirely, the better. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about monetization on YouTube. Watching YouTube for the last 2 or 3 years, it really irritates me when I'm learning about doing fiberglass repair or building a motor or painting something step by step, and that you're learning. It really irritates me when you can't continue learning. And what it does is so many people nowadays stick so many commercials in their YouTube. If you notice something about my channel, there's 0 commercials. And as long as I can do that, I'm not building this channel to monetize it. I'm sure later down the road, there'll be some people that want me to sponsor things and things like that, but I'm going for big ticket items. If you want me to sponsor you on the show, I need, electronics. I need a trolling motor. I need a big motor. I need battery systems and chargers. I need light switches and lights. I want some C-Deck. If another company is as good as C-Deck, that's when you contact me, because this boat is solely built off sponsors. Once this boat is done, it will be in the 2024 Bassmaster Opens. This thing will be televised, this thing will be on TV, and your product that's on this boat will be advertised heavily. We're gonna run the decals on the inside. We can run the wrap. If you're a large sponsor like motors or electronics, you can have the outside wrap. This is going to be the justfishlures.com boat. It will have the JFL logo prominently on the sides, but there's lots of room for big sponsors aside of that. But what we want to do is make this like the people's boat, you know what I mean? So if you're a company that has nothing to do with fishing, if you're a company that wants to get the name of your company out there, then I will accept a donation of parts. I don't want cash, I don't want money. If you have a brand new Motor Guide trolling motor or a brand new Minn Kota trolling motor that you don't use, but you want me to advertise your gravel company, get a hold of me. If you want to have your lawn care company on the side of the boat, if you want us to do something like that on the wrap, help me get the batteries and charging system for the boat. Somebody can pay for the C-Deck. You know, if C-Deck doesn't want to get on board, there's other companies out there that have similar products like C-Deck. It's like, sky's the limit on the sponsorship, guys. If you own a roofing company and you want to help me get some parts for the boat, I will advertise your roofing company. But I'm not accepting cash, I'm accepting product. So next week, I'll make a list of the sponsored items that we need. So what I'll do is I'll list the motors, the batteries, C-Deck, hinges, like, you know, fiberglass matting, fiberglass gel coat. All of those things are up for grabs for sponsoring. So if you own a restaurant and you want to sponsor the C-Deck for my boat, I will advertise your restaurant for the length of the years of the boat of this existence, which means I'm making a pact right now that anybody who helps with this boat build will forever be on the boat for the life of the boat. So this boat, once it's wrapped one time, those are the sponsors that stay on the boat, and the boat will be fished at least one entire year on the Bassmaster Opens. This boat could last 2 to 3 years, and then of course if I win a great big event, then I'm gonna buy a new tournament boat. But this boat will never leave Just Fish Lures. When we open the store in Guntersville, this boat will actually be on display because it's the TikTok boat. It's the YouTube boat. It's the boat that we all built together, and that's where I'm at on it. So anyway, I want to talk to you guys today about that. And so I'll put a list together of the parts and the engines and all the stuff we need for the boat. I'm also looking for a new axle for the boat trailer. We're gonna tandem axle this boat. We're looking for boat rims and boat tires, anything like that. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you own a restaurant, a roofing company, a tile company, flooring company, something that has nothing to do with fishing at all. If you help us get the parts for the boat and you help the JFL boat build series, then we're gonna sponsor you. You're gonna be put on the wrap for the life of the boat. The boat will never have another wrap. It's getting one wrap, and this boat will be used in the Bassmaster Opens in 2024 season. I will be fishing from the front of this boat. If you wanna look up my record, it's FLW Tour Brent Bridgman, and that's my fishing career. I have 11 starts, 2 top 10s, and a championship. It's a co-angler championship, but I also have some pro events on that. You can look at my stats, and in the series are close to 42,000. I think it's $41,036, something like that. But anyway, I have a proven record. I've been fishing bass tournaments for over 40 years, and I will advertise your company for the life of the boat as long as this boat is on TV and things like that. And now with the brand new glide baits, go to justfishlures.com, check out the new ambush glide bait. Also check out the new predator glide bait. Those things are in the process of being painted right now, and they'll be available for sale, I'm hoping by Christmas. So that's been a long journey. That took a lot of testing and product knowledge and things like that. But anyway, I'll close out the show today by saying thank you for supporting the channel. It's been an awesome adventure so far. We can't wait to get this 21-foot Viper bass boat across that water. We're looking for a 250 horsepower outboard. If you have something laying around at your dealership that's 2-stroke, we would prefer Yamaha or Mercury, preferably with controls and gauges if we can get it. If not, we're looking at anything, but I want to put a 250 on here. The boat's rated for a 300, but to compete in the competitions, you need a 250. You can't have more than 250 horsepower. So put your questions and comments down in the messages, and I'll get to them next week. Next week we'll do a Q&A. I'll answer everybody's questions, and next week we won't do anything on the boat because it's supposed to be like a torrential downpour. So we're gonna do that, and then everybody tight lines, and thanks for watching, and go to justfishlures.com and check out all the baits I designed this year. And if there's anything on there and you want to order it, please email me at justfishlures00@gmail.com. If you mention that you watched all of the series of the boat build series for JFL boat build series, I'll knock off 25% off your order, but you gotta contact me first. I'll give you a promo code to enter, and then you'll get 25% off your order. Everybody needs to know, when the glide baits first came out, the Predator was $750 because it came with an acrylic case and an air pump and 2 sets of fins. Now that same lure is available right now for $350 for this year. It may go up next year, and the ambush went from $450 down to $250 by itself. Comes with 2 sets of fins and hooks, so you can buy both glide baits. The Predator's $350 and the ambush is $250. They both come with 2 sets of fins, and I only use VMC hybrid bladed hooks. And the Predator comes with 1/0, and the ambush comes with 2/0. So head on over to justfishlures.com, check out the soft plastics we have. We have 11 lure designs, and then we have the 2 glide baits for this year. Next year, we're probably gonna focus more on getting the boat build series done, tuning in the glide baits. We're gonna take the glide baits on a big journey. We're gonna film a big old commercial, and we're gonna catch footage of them catching double-digit bass. So this 2023 is gonna be all about getting JFL known, getting the boat built, so we can hit the Bassmaster Opens with a brand new boat, and we're just gonna glide bait the crap out of it. That's why I bought this boat with the long 10-foot lockers, is because I can stick my big old glide bait rods in here, and you're not gonna see a bunch of rods on the deck. You might see 2 glide bait rods over there and 2 glide bait rods over here. You know, I've been fishing tournaments for 40 years and I've always been one out of the money or also ran, but we're not going to do that anymore. It's all or nothing. We're going to go out and we're going to show the world glide baits, JFL glide baits. So anyway, again, thanks for tuning in. We will see you next Friday. Next Friday, we're going to do questions and answers. Please leave your questions down in the comments below. Also, leave your comments below. I accept constructive criticism. So not everybody's perfect, and the way I do things isn't how other people do things. So anyway, give me your 2 cents. Thank you for following and watching the channel. Don't forget to smash that like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell, because when I post this video Friday, then you'll get an alert that I posted a new video. So anyway, this is Brent Bridgman, your host of JFL Boat Build Series. Have a great day.
Sponsored today by JustFishLures.com. Please subscribe, hit the like, and turn on that bell. As always, thank you for supporting the channel. We'll see you next Friday.